Merry Christmas. It's a couple of days before Christmas. Sunday morning. I just released a video on making the new miter sled. Gotta admit, I'm glad that project's out of the way. Wow, that was a lot of work to get all that done in a limited amount of time. Because I released it on the Maker's Mob, and that kind of put the deadline on it. So, yeah, big project, full plan set, 7 videos on there, plus the build video. And I have to admit that by the time I got around to editing, finally editing, because I started editing the build video first, just the way it works out. By the time I got it done, by the time I got into it, actually, I was so burned out from the thing that, I don't know, maybe my lack of enthusiasm carried through in the presentation. I wanted to put more of a voiceover in there, but every time, like, I came out here to record it, I had some talking points to go through, and I kept messing up. And I said, you know what? Let's just go with that. I mean, the thing is, if you want more detail, there are a couple options, of course. There's the build article. The build article goes into more detail. It's written down. You have to read it, though. The other thing is the plan. The plan goes into full detail. So usually what happens is I make the build video with a little bit more narration, but it shows all the details, other than cutting out the parts. Here I cut out the parts. I did everything, so it's a longer video. But then you need to, if you want to build a project, you need to consult the build article as well, and that goes into specific details, and it has pictures showing things, and the plans. The plans seal the deal. I mean, it's like a 3-part thing. But now with this idea of making build series, if you want like higher level instruction on it, like a real deep, I don't want to say dive, because people say that and it annoys the. I was just going to swear. I've made a resolution that I'm not going to swear anymore on camera. Okay, I'm going to swear in real life. That's not a problem. But I'm not going to swear on camera anymore. And if I do, I'm going to bleep it out. Anyway, that's enough about that. I want to talk about what I'm going to be doing this week. And that's working on this corner right here. Last time I talked about building a wall. Immediately after I posted that video, actually while it was uploading, I was thinking about that and I came up with a different idea. The wall idea is kind of a good one because it gives you more wall space here in the shop. There's 2 commodities that are really valuable in a workshop. The first is floor space. The more you have, the more you can do. The second is wall space, right? Building a wall, it was not actually a wall. It was a divider that could roll. Building that would give me more wall space. On one side, this side in here, would be a base unit with a top on it, so that and drawers underneath, so that you could set some tool up on that, some seldom used tool, and then above that could have some stuff hanging up there. The other side of the wall could also have like a tool board type thing to hang different stuff, not cabinets or anything, not anything heavy. And so that would, like, a lot of people assumed that I was doing that just to block the view of this back here. It wasn't that. It was to add to the efficiency of the shop. But I also talked in that video about going through the shop and saying, like, where does this belong? Where does that belong? And where could that fit better? And like, I started up in the corner there and I kind of walked around and everything's basically okay. All right. Until I get down here and I see this mess. This is the big mess. So this cabinet down here that has all the screws and fasteners and various stuff in there, I like this cabinet. I've had this for a long time. Like I built this 10 years ago, okay? And it's worked great. The only problem is it collects clutter. So the way to fix that, I'm thinking, is to get rid of it. I don't want to get rid of it, but I think I've got my money out of it. I'm not one of these people that holds on to projects for dear life, saying that, okay, I spent, X number of hours or days or even weeks doing something, and that's the day, the built-in value of it. No, it's the utility of it right now. That's what I'm interested in. And this, I think, has outlived its utility for right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cabinet, this very quickly made and very cheaply made cabinet, out of this corner. Because remember, this was for the compressor. The compressor is now out in the shed. It's not in the shop at all anymore. So this goes, and in the corner, I'm going to build a new two-piece cabinet, the base cabinet with drawers in it, and then an upper cabinet that will sit on top that will have shelves and doors that'll open up. My air cleaner is bigger than it actually needs to be because of the space that cabinet down there took up. Okay, that was a certain width. I stuck it there. I have sheet storage on one side of it, which is not optimized either. And then I built this thing to fit above. I would really like to keep this as it is, and I'll have to see as I'm going along how that works out. Because once I take this out, this cabinet that's going to be in the corner here won't be very deep. The upper will be like 12 inches deep, and I'm seeing the lower not much deeper actually, because it doesn't have to be. All right, the drawers don't have to be too deep. I will get like shorter drawer slides, or probably make wooden drawer slides for it, so that lower cost. And then, okay, the lathe stays. The lathe stays. The jointer stays beneath it. All right, because that's perfect. But from here up, there'll be another cabinet that goes from the miter saw station on this side over here back to the new cabinet that's in the corner. And it's going to cover this window. I'm going to take the blinds off. I'm going to take the trim off. I'm going to get a piece of 2-inch styrofoam, put in the window to insulate it, and then I'm going to cover it over with this new cabinet. So this window will be gone, okay? This has been my plan from the get-go anyway, to get rid of this window, because I don't need windows in here. I built these blinds, cool project, right? I built the blinds to cover the windows, and they're never open, all right? Here, you want it open? There, it's open. All right, what are you seeing? You're seeing trees. It's no good. It gives light rays coming in. It messes with the exposure and all that. No, I don't need windows. So that's going. And these new cabinets are going to be nice. They're not going to be, slapped together crappy shop cabinets. They're going to be even better quality than my miter station here. They're going to be maple plywood with solid maple edging, the whole thing. Nice finish on it, just clear finish, of course, but really done well, okay? So it really looks nice down here. And once again, I'm not doing that to make the shop look nice, even though that will do it. I'm doing that so that the space that I have here is used to its maximum potential. Because if you have a shelf unit up here with doors on it, there's a lot of stuff that you can put in there that's currently kind of all over the place, all right? Same with the corner unit, especially the drawers on the bottom, because that's where all that stuff that's currently in this cabinet down here will go, into that base cabinet over there in the corner. Now the sheet stock storage will stay here. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to improve it. I never did do what I should have done from the beginning, and that was to add dividers. So I'm going to go and get some spruce sheathing plywood, to like 1/2 inch, to make some proper dividers in there, so that like if I need to take a sheet out, I don't have to move or try to hold off like 10 other things and have other things falling down while I try to get it out. And even better, when I bring something new in, like I'll be able to get it in there quicker. So that's staying, but it's going to be improved. This space underneath the air cleaner will be open now that the cabinet's going. I'm not sure what I'm doing with the cabinet. Probably out in the shed, although I've got a lot of stuff out in the shed. All right, but that's a possibility. And then I could take the dividers out of the drawers and just use the drawers as they are. Another possibility is down in my basement where I can put different stuff in there. Okay, I'm not bringing it out and burning it. I'm keeping it, but it's not going to be in here anymore. The space that's down there will be a place for a new tool on a cart. I'm thinking, well, the only thing I'm really lacking in the shop right now, and it's been on my to-do list for a very long time, is a 6x48 sander. Always wanted to make one of those, never have gotten around to it. So that's coming up in the new year. I'll be building one of those, and that's where it'll be going. Like I say, it'll be on a cart, that'll be on wheels, very much like my planer stand, and also the spindle sander stand that has wheels on the back. You just lift up on it, you roll it out, and you set it down, and it stays there, stays stationary. This will be the same thing. If I need to pull it out, I can. Most of the time, though, I'll be using it right in that space right there. All right? Now, the air cleaner, like I said, I would like to keep it as it is, but the actual blower unit is much smaller. It's this front part here, which is actually just a plenum for those filters, that's taking up all the space. I could remake the plenum to a smaller size and use just one filter, except a bigger one than this. You can get 25 by 20. These ones are 20 by 20. Like a 25 by 20 would be that much bigger than the single one, and it'll get dirty quicker than the 2 will, but then all I need to do is go and blow it out. Now, I don't know how much of this I'm gonna actually film. I know all of the build for the cabinets I'm gonna be showing, but I don't know if I'm going to be doing it in a demolition. I might actually set the camera up and get some of it and put it as an exclusive video on Patreon. So that could be interesting, because you never know what's going to happen when you get into demolition, right? Something could fall on me. That would be fun, right? I could get injured. And there'd be people saying, yes, you finally got injured. This has been coming for a long time. We want to see this. We want to see John hurt. Pain.
Or you could go get in your car and drive away.
Now, why would I do that?
Because some roads you shouldn't go down. Because maps used to say there'd be dragons here. Now they don't. But that don't mean the dragons aren't there.